Hello. We are doing part two of the tarot teaching, how to learn tarot, how to read tarot. Okay, part one, we covered the meaning of the suits, okay, which was your wands, your cups, your swords, and your pentacles. Part one, we covered that. In part two, we are going to cover the numbers. All right, the numbers in tarot. So 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. And then actually we are going to, which I've not seen any other teaching of tarot. I mean, there might be out there, but I've not seen it. We're going to go and have a look at the numbers in the major arcana as well, and see how they reflect back to the 1 to 10 or the 0 to 10. Okay, so bear with me. We are going to look at the numbers in tarot, and we're just going to dive straight into it. Okay, so make sure you all, if you would like to hit that subscription button, please do so. Please feel free to do so. And hit the notification button, and then you will be updated on every part as I put it out. And we're literally going to cover everything that I can think of in tarot. Okay, so today is the numbers. I've made notes, so I might be reading just because I don't want to forget anything. Right, so we start in tarot with the 0, the Fool card, okay? It is the only 0, the Fool. And what the 0 represents is the Fool, okay? And his journey through the tarot deck, and how he or she handles each situation in life, okay, throughout the cards. So the 0 is our soul's journey, okay, and our physical journey as well, as we maneuver around all the life's lessons that we come across in life. Okay, so the 0 is our journey, and it's pretty simple. The 0 represents the Fool, okay, the beginning of our journey. We go into the aces, which represent 1. The aces represent 1, okay? The aces, or the ones, let me get my notes just so that I don't forget anything. That's all I don't want to do. I just don't want to forget anything and leave anything out. The aces, or the ones, represents, okay, seeds. Seeds that we plant for new beginnings. Now, if you can imagine a seed, it's not sprouting, it's not shooting, it's just a seed, okay, until we plant it, and then it starts to grow. So the aces, or the ones, represent seeds that we plant to begin something new, all right, something clean, something fresh. And they represent sparks of inspiration. They can represent impulsive ideas, or just ideas. Sometimes they can be impulsive, and they represent the start of a new project, or the start of something new. Okay, so it's all about new. It's about something, a seed that is planted to make opportunities come in for yourself. So it's about, the aces are about something new, the beginning of something, the beginning of an idea, the start of an idea, something clean, something fresh, something inspirational, an idea or a decision that's going on in your head to start something, the start of a project, the start of something new. All right, so that's what the aces, or the ones, represent: new beginnings, new starts. Okay, creative ideas, inspirational ideas, thoughts, inspiration and new ideas in your mental thinking, and new ideas about jobs if we connect it to the Pentacles, okay? But we won't go into the meaning of the cards yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Just something new, something creative, a new project. Yeah, so all about new seeds that we plant to start something new. That's what the aces or the ones represent, okay? We go into the twos, all right? Now, the twos represent balance. They represent decisions. They can represent relationships. The relationship you have with someone, the relationship you have with your mental thinking, the relationship you have with your emotion, the relationship you even have with money. It's about relationships, it's about connections, it's about balance, decisions, and it can also actually talk about finding the middle ground in a situation, okay, in a situation or a relationship. So it's all about middle ground, it's about balance, it's about decision. Yeah, all right, so decisions and balance are two. All right, threes. The threes in tarot represent creation, celebration, inspiration, and decisions. And it can also, for me, and it's left out quite a bit, threes can talk about coming into alignment with others and coming into alignment with yourself, all right? It is about collaborating. It's about working as a team, all right? Either with yourself or with others. So it's about collaborating. It's about teamwork. It's about celebration, inspiration, and it can also be about decisions, all right? So that is what the threes represent in tarot. Fours in tarot represent some sort of achievement, okay? They represent stability, and they represent the foundation, the groundwork to something, all right? The fours talk about the initial hard work that you put into something to reap the rewards. Fours can also talk about time to rest, reflect, contemplate, look at something that you've accomplished before you start again, okay? So it's about thinking, it's about taking time out, contemplation, about stability, about the foundation of your core, you know, of your life, what you live, the foundation of a situation, the foundation of a relationship. But it is about fours are about looking at the time, the effort, the hard work you've put into something, and the reward that you've got back from it. All right, but fours are about your foundation and your stability and contemplation. All right. Fives are about change. That's what fives are about. It doesn't have to, change does not have to be bad, okay? Even though in this card, the Five of Cups, it depicts a sort of a sorrow. Change does not have to be bad. So the fives do not have to be bad cards, all right? Most of them, Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Cups, and Five of Pentacles all really depict some sort of sadness and some sort of loss, some sort of inner turmoil and some sort of lack. But we are to remember that 5 and the change doesn't have to be a negative card, all right? It doesn't have to be, the change is not necessarily having to be negative, all right? But 5s do represent change. Okay, so it's a change in status or a change in heart, something that has happened to us, all right? It can actually be, 5 can actually be about fine-tuning things within our life. And this change can actually bring in some conflict, or it can bring in some upset, but it can also bring in hope. All right, so it's some sort of change that we are going through in our life, usually to bring in a lesson that we need to learn. So 5s are about change. 6s are all about victory and success. Okay, 6s are cards of success, satisfaction, and reward. They are actually, 6 actually represents a time of benefits, a time to relax, and a time to revel in the moment of happiness and harmony. All right, so 6s are about victory and success. All right, satisfaction and reward. The 6 of Cups is about, although it's linked to the past, we'll go into the meanings in a little bit, although it's linked to the past, it is actually a card of happy memories, all right? Depending what other cards fall with it's either a negative or a positive experience. But on the whole, 6s are about success, satisfaction, harmony, and happiness. All right. 7s. 7s call for patience. They call for trust, and they call for commitment. Okay, so patience. So 7s represent patience, trust, commitment, and they actually represent a time of transparency. Transparency, is that such a, I know the word, just can't get it out. Transparency, that's it. All right, they ask us to be transparent. Okay, 7s, trust, commitment, patience. And 7s are about the long term, all right? So they're not about instant gratification. They're about the long term and contemplating how to get to a place you want, and contemplation on your life and contemplation on a situation. This is about decisions and choices here in emotion, okay? Or decisions and choices in creation, decisions and choices in relationships, okay? So it's about contemplation, it's about trust, it's about commitment, but most of all, it's about patience, being patient with yourself or a situation, having trust in a situation or yourself, and being committed to yourself in the choices and the decisions that you need to make. So 7s talk about trust, patience, and commitment. 8s talk about progress, and they talk about priorities, and they talk about moving forward, but in a controlled and structured way, okay? And the 8s actually talk about, they ask us to look at the steps that need to be taken, all right? So moving forward, how we move forward in a controlled way, progress, priorities, and look at the steps that we need to take, okay, to be able to move forward, to be able to make progress, and the priorities that we need to bring in for ourselves to be able to move forward in life, okay? So 8s talk about progress and priorities. 9s. 9s talk about clarity, actually. Clarity, and it's a time where you can see the end, okay? The ending of a situation hasn't happened, but you can see the end in sight, all right? It talks about, nearing the end of a situation, coming to the end of a situation that you've been through, coming to an end of your mental thinking, getting to some sort of completion. You're not quite there, but you're getting there, all right? So 9s talk about a time of clarity. They signify a time of clarity, all right? And knowing that there is an end in sight. 10s, they talk about the completion of a cycle. So something that has wrapped up, something that has finished. It's like crossing the finish line, where a lesson that you learn, all right? It can talk about rewards and consequences, okay? And just the completion of a journey to allow another one to open up and begin. So 10s talk about completion of a cycle, crossing the finish line. Right, now we're going to go into the major arcana, all right? And we're gonna, if you learn the numbers, it's going to give you a little bit of tiny little bit of insight on the major arcana. That's what it's going to do. It's not going to, it might jog your memory as to the meaning of the cards if you learn the numbers. So we've been there with the Fool. It's the very start, it's the very beginning, and it's the Fool's journey. The 0 is the Fool's journey. So we go into the Magician. So the Magician is number 1. Let me get my notes on it so I just don't forget to say anything here. The Magician is the number 1. It's the number 1 card in the major arcana. Now remember what 1s represented. 1s represented seeds, ideas, and the beginning of something new. So it's exactly what the Magician is. The Magician is manifesting. He's taking control. He's on manifesting something new, something into his life. So it's a 1, all right? It is about something new coming in for you, or you creating with the Magician something new. Number 1, again, creation, something new. 2, we go into the High Priestess. Now remember what the 2s were? The 2s were about balance, all right? This is about balance and decisions. 2s, balance and decisions. The High Priestess trusts herself, all right? She has balance, she trusts in her decisions, and she knows herself. She knows what she wants, all right? So remember here, you've got the 2 black, the 2 pillars, 1 black, 1 white. They're the pillars at the beginning of the tomb. I'll look it up. I can't remember what it is. Solomon's tomb or something, when we go into the meanings of the major arcana. So just remember, 2 on the High Priestess is about balance and decisions. The High Priestess is very balanced in everything. All right, she's very she's made her decision. She knows. All right, so that's how you can remember. balanced decisions. She's very balanced in her intuition, her mental thinking, and she knows. The decision is already made. She knows. The Empress is 3. Now remember, the 3s are about collaborating, teamwork. The 3s are about growth. They're about expansion. But for me, it's about coming into alignment, all right? The Empress, number 3, is about coming into alignment with your true purpose. Yeah, it's about, Empress is about abundance and having it all. So 3s is about coming into alignment. The Empress, she comes into alignment with herself and with having it all, abundance. 3, alignment. 4, the Emperor. Okay, so just look at that Emperor. 4s are about structure. They're about stability, and they're about groundwork. Okay, the Emperor is structure. He is order. He is stability. He is groundwork. He is foundation. So the 4 is all about foundation, stability, order. Yeah, the structure of something. Stability, foundation, the Emperor. It's easy to remember. The 5. Now remember, the 5s are about change, okay? For the Hierophant, we'll go into the meaning of the cards, the major arcanas later, but I just want to give you a few representations of the meaning so that it can stick, all right? So the 5s are about change. Remember, good or bad. That the Hierophant is about your faith, being on a path, and reevaluating actually your beliefs, your knowledge, your wisdom, lessons learned, teaching, role models, and some sort of order. So for the Hierophant, there's some sort of change there, reevaluating something, looking closely at something, maybe questioning yourself, questioning your belief system, questioning who you are. But there's some sort of change, all right, going on with this Hierophant here. Okay, maybe change in commitment, maybe change in reevaluating something in your life. But the Hierophant does talk about your faith system, right? The 6s, remember, victory and success, okay? In a situation, satisfaction, victory, success, satisfaction, some sort of harmony. Now, back in the day, the Lovers card used to be the choice card, a decision that you used to have to make, usually in a love situation, the Lovers, okay? So for me, this is about victory and success in a choice that you have to make regarding a love situation, all right? The Lovers, basically, when we get to the Devil, is the same as the Devil card, all right? The Devil card depicts the Lovers. This is a good decision, okay? The Devil is a low vibrational decision. Both the Lovers and the Devil card talk to me about making a decision in how you move forward in love, for your own victory and success, all right? So again, the 6s represent satisfaction, success, and harmony. How do I move forward to victory, to success, to harmony within love, okay? Victory and success in love. How do you move forward? The choice, the decision you have to make. Now, the chariot is a 7. Now, remember, 7s represent patience, trust, and commitment. All right. So the chariot is actually a victory card. It's a yes card in tarot. But the chariot asks us with the 7 to be committed to move forward, to be committed to ourselves in trusting ourselves and to have patience with ourselves, because the chariot isn't moving in this picture, okay? It is at a standstill. So it's not that we've reached the success that we want, all right? So remember, the 7 asks us to stay patient, committed, and have faith and trust that we're on the right direction or on the right path. The Strength card, 8. Now, the 8s are about progress and prioritizing, all right? So the Strength card is all about your power, your courage. It is about self-control, okay? It is about your inner strength and inner love as you put yourself first. So it's about prioritizing your needs. It's about finding your strength, all right, and making your progress forward. So it's about prioritizing and making progress forward, but you're having to draw on your strength to do so, your courage, your power as you progress and move forward, okay? The Hermit is 9, all right? So remember, what was 9? It was nearing the end of something, okay? It was coming into clarity about something. Not quite the 10, not quite wrap something up, and something's not quite finalized, but we are in the 9 where we are reaching the end, where we're having clarity, and we're getting towards the 10, all right? So 9s are about clarity. Here as the Hermit, yeah, what does the Hermit do? He goes inside to seek some sort of clarity, soul searching, yeah, wisdom, a clarity on a situation. So the Hermit is a 9. The 9s are about clarity. The Hermit goes inside. He does some soul searching to draw on the wisdom he needs to be able to make himself move forward to a 10. All right. So the 9s are about coming to nearing a completion and clarity. And we get there by being the Hermit. 10s, remember what 10s are? They are a completion of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is a cycle. So the 10s are about the completion of a cycle. This is about the next chapter. The Wheel of Fortune, the next chapter, something new beginning, a positive turn of events, good luck, good fortune. 10, the completion of a cycle, jumping off the karmic wheel, completing something. 10, we start again, okay? Right, we go into the Justice. Now the Justice is 11. So 11 is, it breaks down, you add the 2 digits together, it adds up to 2. So we start again. What are 2s about? They're about balance. What is the Justice? There's the scales. Balance. Balance, equality, fairness in a situation. It's as simple as that, okay? The Hangman is 12. So add the 1 and 2, we get 3. What does 3 represent? 3 represents, for me, coming into alignment with yourself or others. So 13, 12 breaks down to a 3. What's the Hangman doing? He's hanging, he's pausing, he's reflecting, he's taking a new look on something, a new outlook on something. He's gaining some mental clarity. He's coming into 3, alignment with himself, all right, about what he needs to do. Remember, the Hangman is thinking, he's reflecting, he's gaining mental clarity. He's coming into 3, alignment with himself. Okay, we go into the Death card. The Death card is 13. All right, so 1 and 3 adds up to 4. 4s are about stability. Okay, so with this Death card here, what's the Death card about? The Death card is about rebirth, new energy, new life. Okay, letting go of errors, letting go of fear, about change, but it's all about stability. All right, the Death card is about regaining your stability. It's about rebirth, it's about letting go, and it's about new energy and new life in the core, in the foundation, in the structure of your world. Okay, Death card is not an easy card to deal with, but it is all about foundation. Okay, structure, order, rebirth for something new and solid in your 4, in your foundation as you move forward. Okay, Temperance. Temperance is, sorry, I've lost count. Temperance is 14. Right, so 14, 1 and 4 adds to 5. What is 5 about? 5 is about change. Remember, it doesn't have to be negative. It can be positive or negative. Now, remember, Temperance is exactly what it is. Temperance is about restraint, moderation, control over a situation, over yourself. Temperance can be about healing, but it's about change. Okay, so it's about changing something within yourself to have that temperance. All right, restraint, moderation, healing, looking after yourself, but you're needing to change something. All right, within your environment, within your situation. With the Temperance card, talks about healing. And there he is. There's the old devil. Now the devil is 15. Okay, so remember what I said about the devil? There's the Lovers. The Lovers and the Devil card are very, very soulmate cards. They are joint cards. They are bonded cards. If I got the Lovers and the Devil together in a read, especially if I laid them on top of each other, I'd be like, oh, karmic situation, definitely a karmic relationship, a lesson needing to be learned here from this situation. So the devil is 15. Add the 1 and 5, it comes to 6. What is 6? Victory, success, and satisfaction. All right, the devil, low vibrational energy. Are you getting satisfaction from drugs, some sort of addiction, some sort of abuse? But it's about wanting victory and success. All right, paired with the Lover standing there, a choice and a decision maybe that you need to make in a low vibrational situation to get to your 6, your victory, your success, your satisfaction. The Lovers and the devil can ask us about a choice we need to make. Are we moving forward with desire, or are we moving forward with common sense? Are we moving forward with desire and lust in a relationship or in a situation, or are we moving forward with common sense to get to our 6, our victory, our success, our satisfaction. The Lovers and the Devil are very questioning cards, okay? Ask us to question ourselves, actually. So remember, the 6, victory, success, satisfaction, low vibrational energy. What are you doing to satisfy yourself in some sort of low vibrational energy way, okay? We go into the Tower, okay? So the Tower is 16. Remember, 16 adds up to 1 and 6, 7. 7s are about trust, commitment, and patience. The Tower is about breakthroughs, awakening, change. It doesn't always have to be sudden change, okay? But it is change, and it's something that happens that might knock you, okay? That may upset you. It may not. The Tower's just some sort of change that perhaps you weren't expecting, or that you just didn't see coming, all right? So with the Tower card and it adding up to 7, we are to trust and have faith in our Tower moments, okay? So trust and faith, and be committed to ourselves in our Tower moments, in those moments that might take us by surprise, that may shock us either in a good way or sometimes a bad way, okay? Because the Tower is about something falling to the ground, okay? But it's about having trust and faith in ourselves and this Tower moment, okay? And actually being committed to ourselves. Yeah, we'll go into the meaning of the cards in another episode. Right, the Star card. The Star card is number 17. It breaks down to 8. What is 8? 8 is about progress and prioritizing, all right? Now, the Star card talks about looking at yourself, prioritizing yourself, making progress forward for yourself, okay? It can be some sort of progress and prioritizing your spirituality, your intuition, because the Star card is all about intuition. But really, the Star card is about having faith after hard times. You've been through something hard, but there's better to come. And the Star card is about your wishes coming true, and it's about healing. So with the 8, prioritizing and progression, this is all about you, okay? Prioritizing your wishes, progressing forward with your healing, yeah? Progressing forward after a hard time, prioritizing yourself, progressing forward with your intuition. 8s are about progress and prioritizing, all right? We go into the Moon card. The Moon card is number 18. So 1 and 8 is 9. Now remember what 9s were about. 9s were about having clarity on a situation, coming to the nearing the completion, not quite there, but nearing the completion, and having clarity on a situation. So what is the Moon card about? The Moon card is about not having clarity, okay? The Moon card is about secrets, it's about mystery, it's about something going on behind the scenes. It can talk about deceit, it can talk about emotion, and it can talk about can't even remember what I was going to say then. Emotion, deceit, some sort of lies going on, something that's being hidden here. Can talk about dreams as well. So always with the Moon card, pay attention to your dreams. They may bring you a 9. Clarity, okay? So yeah, yeah, this can also talk about secrets and fears. It's a very hidden card. All you have to remember that the moon is a hidden card, but we'll stick with the number. The 9 is clarity. It's about having clarity, yeah? It's about seeing clearly. The moon asks us to have clarity, okay? To see clearly, yeah? Our own fears, our own emotion, maybe to have clarity on a situation that is low vibrational, all right, so that we can near the end, or make some sort of completion, go into that 10 on a situation. So the moon card is about not having clarity, but the 9 is about having clarity. So it's a real seeking card, seeking clarity with the moon card and all the things that you can't see. Okay, the sun card. The sun card is a 19. 19 breaks down to 10, and 10 breaks down to 1. We're back at 1. The sun card, okay? Something new, something fresh, something bright, and a new beginning. It can talk about birth, but it talks about happiness, okay? It's an uplifting, it's a joyous card. It can talk about, births, contentment, happiness, relationships, a best outcome. We go back into that 1. It's about a new beginning, a seed, planting something for your own happiness, the sun card. We go into the judgment. Judgment is 20. 20 breaks down to 2. And the 2s, remember what the 2s were? About balance and about decisions. The decision is the judgment, okay? The judgment is the decision card. Have I got it over here? Yeah? So, just remember that. I was just going to look and see if I had anything else down there, but I haven't. So it basically is to a decision, okay? Changing your mind, changing an idea, a decision, some sort of understanding with the judgment, but it calls for making a balanced judgment, a judgment call, a balanced judgment call, a decision. That is what the judgment is about, along with many other things, but we will go into in-depth meaning of the cards in another part, okay? And then we go into the world card. So what is the world? It's 21. 2 and 1 break down to 3. What was 3 for me? Alignment, okay? The world card talks about the ending, the completion of a situation, all right? It talks about growth and expansion as we've moved forward through the whole entire deck of tarot, experiencing everything that you could possibly experience. And it talks about all the lessons that we've learned, we've gained, the life experience as we move forward now into a new beginning in a state of 3, alignment with ourselves, okay? Remember, 3s are about alignment. So it's 21, 2 and 1 equals 3. 3s are about alignment with others, with ourselves. And the world card is the completion, it's the finish of something. So when you complete something, when you finish something, you come into alignment, you come back to self, okay? So that is the meanings of the numbers in the minor and the major arcanas. If you can learn the numbers, it's going to put you just a little bit ahead in learning the major arcana, all right? Obviously, it's going to help with the minor, but it's going to help with the major as well, all right? There's lots and lots of meanings to the cards. Don't stress it. Take a deep breath. I know there's a lot of information there. This video is here to rewind and play and stop and pause and write down everything that, you know, means something to you or what I've said. Please, if you have any questions, down in the comments below, I will answer your questions, okay? If I can, I will answer them. Well, I will always answer them. I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to give you a correct answer. No, I will give you a correct answer, but it would be my opinion of the correct answer, okay? But feel free to leave me a comment if you are stuck or if you want to know anything. So those are the numbers. Learn what the numbers represent, and it will help in reminding you, triggering your memory about each card meaning, okay? I think, so that's the numbers done. I think after the numbers, we are going to go in, yeah, and we're going to start having a look at the suits. So I'm going to go through the wands, I think. Yeah, the wands next, 1 to 10 in the wands. And we're going to start having a look at the meaning of the card. And in the Rider-Waite card, we're going to start looking at the imagery. Okay, so we're going to go through the meaning of the cards, and we're going to have a look at the imagery as well in the cards, and see what's in the imagery, if there's animals in there, if there's symbols in there, what the symbols mean, what the animals mean. So we're going to be looking at the cards' meanings, and then we're also going to be looking at the card intuitively, and we're going to do the wands next. All right, so we're going to look at 1 to 10 in the wand family next. I think that's what we're going to do, and then it will be the cups, the swords, the pentacles, and then after we've done that, we'll go in and look at the court cards, okay, pages, and we'll break them down in each suit as well. All right, so we'll get through it, and hopefully, you know, I can add a little bit to your tarot knowledge, or you know, you can join me as a complete beginner. But yeah, so those are the numbers. Stick with it. Post-it notes, write it down. 1 to 10, write it down. Stick them everywhere, on your bathroom mirror, on your telly, on your fridge, on your car. Well, perhaps not while you're driving, but you know what, you know, just wherever, all over your house. And then just, you know, as you walk around, you'll see it, and you'll just keep seeing it, and you'll remember it. Okay, repetition. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That was part 2. Part 3, we're going to look at the wand family, 1 to 10. I love you long time. Please share the video if you know anyone who wants to learn tarot or would like to join me on this journey, my little bit of insight on tarot. Then feel free to share. Hit the buttons if you like, or bash my buttons if you like. I love you long time. Good luck with it. Stay patient. So stay the 7. Okay, number 7, trust, committed, and patience. Trust that you can learn it, patience with yourself as you learn it, and committed to yourself as you go through it. Okay, namaste. Be a number 7.